I need to hang that picture.
I know. But is your excuse because I'm here? Man, let me take some Advil from my finger. Subscribers only mode? What does that mean? They're the only ones that can chat?
You have to be a subscriber to come in the room. Hello, Adri.
Do you have to be a subscriber to watch?
Yeah. Hello, Heather.
You do?
Yep. Hello, ACNC12, Adrienne. Hello, Rachel. Kitten Tracks. Hello, Taylor. Howdy, Paula. Hello, Anna Lou. Deanna. Everybody finally and taking their seats. Hello, Carrie. Hello, Sandra. Hello, Araceli. Andrew, my man. Hello, Elizabeth. We can get started because we have Christy Kincaid Norris in the room.
So much to talk about.
Oh, hello, Julie's Overalls. Hi, Kara. Hello, Maria. Yep, there it is right there.
And I'm wearing black. I'm in mourning.
Hello, Terry Mabe. Hello, Taylor Amois. Taylor said, as a Vikings fan, should I give you some pointers on better luck next season? No, I'm very familiar with that phrase. Hello, Darla. Hello, Dina. Yeah, go Chiefs. Patty Mahomes. My homie. Hello, Wheezy. Hello, Sin. No, Sin. No, we cannot.
Cannot what?
This will be Cowboys heavy. You're just going to have to listen to me moan and whine and bitch for one podcast.
Hopefully it'll be entertaining, whining and bitching.
Oh, yeah. I always mix in a little entertainment. Ah! Oh! Ah!
What'd you do? Did you just get a paper cut?
Paper cut!
That's the worst. Is that because you were flapping your papers around?
Yeah!
I knew it was I always am afraid he's going to slice my eye.
God!
But what, are you trying to draw blood?
I
Stop.
think my finger's going to fall off. Ugh.
Paper cuts are the worst. Why does a little paper cut hurt so bad?
Son of a gun.
Happens.
It's just not my day. Hello, Carmen. Hey, 49ers fan. We got. What are you going to say? Can't say anything. They beat our ass.
We did. We had a chance to do something in the fourth quarter, but we didn't.
Yeah.
All right, you ready?
Hello, Christy Cummings.
You ready? And then next podcast, we have 3.
Oh, okay. Give me a little something.
Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Amanda Screw, please pick up the red courtesy phone. Amanda Screw, please pick up the red courtesy phone. Amanda Screw.
Here we go. Welcome to A Sandwich and Some Lovin'. It's a podcast that we don't normally talk about sports, but I'm afraid you guys are just going to have to buckle up and get ready for this ride. I'm Kellie Rasberry Evans. This is my husband and very disappointed football fan, Alan Evans.
Hey, try!
If I've had to
In the
suffer for the
house.
past 24 hours, by the time you hear this podcast, it will have been 48. Well, you have to suffer through one podcast.
Well, let me be clear. I'm not going to whine and moan and complain and bitch for the entire podcast.
I would have thought you already got it out of your system on social media.
No, this is fresh. This is a fresh wound, babe. This just happened yesterday.
By the time they're hearing this, 2 days ago.
This just happened to me yesterday.
Yeah.
I am in mourning.
Yeah. You've been mourning quite a bit. It really has affected him. You know how ladies, I don't know. Is this just something innate to men? They get so, I guess there are certain women too. I shouldn't say this is a man thing, but I don't let it like destroy my day.
Your soul?
I'm sad, I'm disappointed, but I don't let it destroy like the next day and the next day. I was watching the news last night as the fans are filing out. Some people do not know how to behave. They were throwing beer and stuff at the referees and the players. There were fans fighting. It's like, what are you fighting over? What are you fighting over? I mean, I guess people get mouthy and stuff, but
Who was fighting?
Fans in the stands and
with
stuff,
each other
and in the parking lot. Yes,
really.
Yes, it was ugly, and I'm like, it ain't that deep. It ain't that deep. It's sad and disappointing.
It's not a matter of life and death. It's more than that.
Well, apparently it is, because you and JC from the Kid Craddock Morning Show,
Nationally syndicated,
and this is what I don't understand either.
My man.
He was a lifelong Chargers fan as long as they were in San Diego. The minute they moved to LA, he's like, they are dead to me. And he had a Chargers football outfit that I think was worn by a player, and he would dress head to toe every game. That's like his superstition.
That was his bit.
Yeah. That's his bit.
Yeah.
And he would come to work the next day if they lost, just so angry and upset. But once the Chargers moved to LA, he's like, okay, I got to be a Cowboys fan now, because he lives in the Dallas suburbs.
I mean, you can kind of understand that, or I can understand that. Say the Cowboys moved to Houston. I'd be like, sayonara, man. I ain't cheering for a Houston football team.
I guess, but it's still it's still the Chargers. Would it be the Houston Cowboys?
The Houston Cowboys. I'd be out on that.
I know. But does San Diego have a team now?
Ain't nothing in Houston.
Is there San Diego have a team now?
No.
Well, see, that means that would be the Dallas team in Houston. So I don't know. Again, it ain't.
What's in Houston? We've been to Houston.
Astros.
No. Well, just anything. What's in Houston? NASA,
where they have space camp.
Big mosquitoes.
They have a big mall there.
Lots
Galleria mall.
and lots of chain restaurants.
Well, that's true here too.
It's more true in Houston. Yeah.
Anyway, but Alan's going to get that off his chest.
King of chain restaurants.
Do you really want to play that game?
Papado.
You really want to play that game right now?
No, because that'll take 20 minutes.
It'll take forever.
That'll take 20 minutes.
Y'all can play that amongst yourselves at home. But anyway, I'm excited because my daughter and I can't remember where I say stuff. We're doing this bar class, but it's kind of a mixture of kickboxing and bar work and things like that. And we went for our fourth class tonight because it was Taylor Swift theme. We were working out to Taylor Swift music. And it was finally the first class where I didn't leave with a bad attitude.
Oh, so now you guys, they're on the payroll now. I mean, you're paying them for
Well, you had three.
Where'd you get the Kellie Rasberry handshake?
No, I did not. I am paying
Whoa,
like everybody. Yeah.
Not an ad then.
No. You get 3 free classes, and the
3 free.
For anybody that wants to try it out to make sure you like it before you sign up. But for the month of January, they're having, if you love it, you get your first month for $1. And then after that, you sign up for the monthly membership.
Isn't that like a ceremonial $1? Why don't they just say your first month free?
Because I don't know, Alan.
$1?
What? Big deal.
So then you got to hunt for a dang $1.
No, honey, it's on the credit card.
Oh.
So anyway,
I've been very. I'm sorry, babe, to interrupt, but you know what I would do?
What?
To be annoying.
How much more annoying could you possibly be?
I'd roll in there with a Sacagawea $1. You know, the ones that look like quarters, but they're gold.
Sacagawea?
Sacagawea.
Why do you say it that way?
I think
have we been saying it wrong?
I think that's the way to say it.
I thought it was Sacagawea.
I thought it was Sacagawea.
I know what you're talking about. So anyway, this was the first night they did a bar class. It was to Taylor Swift music, so my daughter was really excited. I got her signed up for spot number 13. Taylor Swift's number's 13, and I was at 18, so I was on the other side of the room, so we couldn't be making eyes at her, so she could just do her own thing, and I'd do mine. But I liked this class because there was no choreography. That's what gets me all messed up. Is when you have to, it's like a dance class, like them Zumba classes. I could never do those because you have to do choreography, and people get in those Zumba classes and they're all like, they think they're professional dancers, and I can't keep up. So I leave with a bad attitude. But this is the first night I did not leave with a bad attitude. So I was very proud of myself.
That's good.
It only took 4 classes to get there. But I'll tell you what, the girl from the first class, my teacher from the first class, she was in the class tonight, and she avoids me like the plague.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I think I've offended her with my bad attitude.
Nice.
It's terrible.
Nice.
My attitude's horrible.
I thought you liked to engage and be friendly and.
I do, but I don't like to work out, and that's the problem.
So you pissed her off.
Well, I think I offended her with my bad attitude.
Offended, pissed her off.
Well, pissed off. You can be offended and not pissed off.
You can be offended but not pissed off.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can be offended and not pissed off.
Really?
Ow! I'm hitting. Oh, God.
So are you encouraging me to offend more people because I won't piss them off?
No, please don't.
Okay.
All right. So now that that's out of the way. Oh, and my daughter also. Just another side note. Got to spend the day together today with my mother, and she was just grumpy until it came time to start spending money on her. And wasn't she just a bucket of sunshine? Just so great. Bought her some new underwear. She needs some new underwear, things like that. Necessities. It was necessities. But she went from the sourpuss to just the most angelic thing ever. And I got an email today, Alan. We're having to already get her registered and signed up for all the courses she wants to take in the 10th grade.
Wow.
That is a slap in the face.
Wow.
It's a slap of reality that she's
Sophomore.
A 10th grader. And of course, the whole way home from exercise class tonight, she was talking about her friends are already talking about where they're going to go to college. And she is like, I can't believe my friend wants to go to USC in LA. I would never want to live in California. I was like, tap the brakes here.
I thought she just told us she wanted to live in
California. She has wanted to go to Clemson because, I'm from South Carolina and she thought they had a cute tiger. Then she decided she wanted to go to California, anywhere, UCLA, USC, because all the shows she watched, like, I can't remember all the Disney shows. All the characters are from California. Then she decided she wanted to go to school in England, go to college in England.
Good eye, mate.
Because Harry Styles is from England.
Oh, she dropped him like a bad apple.
Now it's New York City. She wants to go to NYU. Isn't that right?
NYU.
And I'm like, why?
Huh.
Why?
I had an uncle who went to NYU.
I was like, I don't know what you think is going to be in New York City. I said, but I will tell you this. You're going to blow through your college money in about 1 year if you do that.
I'm just a couple of practical questions here. Number one, in any of the discussions about college, has there been any discussion about, well, this college has the program that I'm interested in?
No, she's just
that college has the program that I'm interested in.
She hasn't started.
Or is it just LA, England, and New York?
Yeah, she's just thinking of the sex appeal of it all. Not that I want my daughter to thinking anything sex appeal, but you know what I'm saying.
Right.
New York City just sounds sexy, right, and exciting, especially now.
How about
vaccine passports and everything?
How about Denton versus College Station versus Lubbock versus Austin?
She says, I do not want
versus Waco.
I do not want to go to college in Texas. It's just, she said, it's not for me.
It's not for her.
That's what she said. It's not for me. I hate it here. Oh, you hate it
here. She hates it here.
She's just blowing smoke. But we'll see. Reality will kick in soon enough. But I'm about to have a 10th grader.
It's amazing, man.
You know what? There's a lot of things to be overwhelmed about, when you do have major life changes, when, things aren't necessarily going exactly as you plan. I know a lot of people, when their kids are going off to college, they go through a deep depression, that separation, things like that. But I will say this, if there's anything that's interfering with your happiness, whether it's, just this sudden thing, the sudden onset, or it's something you've been dealing with for years, there is help available, and that help is at BetterHelp.
BetterHelp?
Yes. BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist. You can connect in a safe, private online environment. Super convenient. You can start communicating in under 48 hours. Now, this is not a crisis line. This is not self-help. This is professional counseling. It's done securely online, and you can send a message to your counselor anytime to get timely, thoughtful responses. You can also schedule weekly video or phone sessions and never have to sit in an uncomfortable waiting room again. And also, a lot of people have really special areas they need help. And if you live in a small town, not in New York City, where they probably have a therapist's office on every corner, but maybe somebody in your small town doesn't deal with the area that you need help. But that's what the beauty of BetterHelp. They have therapists and counselors worldwide. It's available worldwide. So no matter where you're listening to the podcast, you can take advantage of the services at BetterHelp. So whether you're dealing with depression, stress, family conflicts, grief, self-esteem, try BetterHelp. It's convenient, professional, affordable, with financial aid available. If you're not feeling it with your therapist, they make it free and easy to change counselors when you need to.
And we want you to start living a happier life today. So as a listener of ours, you'll get 10% off your first month by visiting our sponsor at betterhelp.com/sandwich. So join over 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/sandwich.
Alan might need to talk to somebody about this obsessive, not depression. What is it? You're in a funk over this cowboy thing.
Well, gosh,
I think you'll get over it.
I'll get over it. I get over it every year, but
every year.
I don't want to come in here and talk about this too much. But one thing we've done differently, I think, in the last 4, 5, 6 months is we have mentioned, hey, we're going to watch the Cowboys game, or the outcome of the game was this, or the outcome of the game was that. And I know we have a lot of listeners that follow not just the Cowboys, but follow football. And I would try to advise that, hey, just because you lose a game doesn't mean your season's in the tank. Just because you win a few games in a row doesn't mean we're going to the Super Bowl. Let's everybody just tap the brakes.
Yeah, you've been saying that since week 2 or 3.
Exactly. And let's just see how the cards play out. Let's see what happens at the end of the season.
Because you've been disappointed so many times. You didn't want to set yourself up for another major disappointment.
Disappointed a good part of my adult life for about the last 27 years, to be exact. But so the Dallas Cowboys, my favorite football team.
Isn't that hard to believe?
Yeah.
Really wrap your brain around that.
Yeah.
There are people who are huge Dallas Cowboys fans that have never seen them go to a Super Bowl.
My boys don't understand why I have this, not obsession, but why I drink the Kool-Aid. Why do I care?
Much?
Yeah, why do I care? Well, Daddy, why?
Because you remember what it was like.
I remember what it was like in the day,
And they were true. I mean, they were larger than life heroes for so many people.
And that's part of, I'm glad you said that. That's part of why this is hard for me as a Cowboys fan, and a lot of you out there as Cowboys fans, to stomach this every year. It's because the Cowboys, they used to be, like you said, larger than life. They were kind of special. They were like the New York Yankees or the Boston Celtics. They knew they were going to kick your ass. The other team knew they were going to get their ass kicked. And that's just the way it was going to be.
The way it was.
And things.
It's sort of like when Brady was with the Patriots.
Yeah.
That was that season for them.
Yeah, and things have so changed. So what happened yesterday, just to summarize, the Cowboys lost their first playoff game at home, 23-17 to the
49ers.
Longtime rival San Francisco 49ers.
And you could tell when the 49ers were walking through the tunnel, they had some hanger on with a boom box. And we were like kind of mocking him, like, what's this guy about? But you could just tell the vibe of the 49ers when they were walking down that tunnel, there was something up. I just felt like they had the vibe. They were going into that game with the right energy to win it.
Absolutely. And I hadn't seen that team play all year. That's a good football team. They had great players. And that Garofalo, I don't understand why San Francisco wants to get rid of that guy. He's good. I mean, he's a good quarterback. All he does is win. So anyway, the Cowboys flame out spectacularly.
Almost immediately.
Almost immediately. They spent the whole rest of the game playing catch up.
We kept thinking, well, maybe they're just going to shake off the nerves and they'll figure it out. But no.
But all season, and especially at the end of the season, the Cowboys win 6 or 7 in a row, whatever it was. Everybody got the rowdy hats on, got the Cowboys underwear on. We dem boys, we're back. Super Bowl bound. Not so much, my man. Not so much. Flame out again. Spectacularly. Haven't been to a championship game in almost 30 years. Now, here's the only thing I'm going to say about this.
I hate that you're tearing them up so much, because if y'all saw the press conference afterwards, Dak and Zeke with their eyes glassed over because they were so upset. They're embarrassed. One of the football players went on and tweeted, y'all, this is on me. Remember which one it was? I can't remember.
It was one of the linemen.
He's like, this is on me. Please. He said, I take responsibility for this. Don't come after my family. They don't play the game. Right. I do. Because people go nuts.
Yeah.
They're attacking people's family members. And it's like,
that's not right.
It's not right.
That's not
I get that you're disappointed, but there's a limit.
Because let's be real. No one works harder than the players, okay? They work harder than anybody. But the fans like me who sit down every Sunday for 3 hours, watch the games, buy the stuff they're advertising, buy Cowboys crap, which I'm wearing right now, pay money to go see the team play. they're disappointed.
Very
They're disappointed because of the way every single year the Cowboys flame out, and it's always like, wait till next year. Here's what I'm going to say about the Dallas Cowboys. And I've gone on here before and said, the Dallas Cowboys are not a serious Sorry, I'm fired up. Are not a serious football team. They are a marketing company.
I agree with that.
Jerry Jones measures success at his company by the money he makes.
And
he doesn't measure success by winning.
They're the most valuable franchise without a Super Bowl ring in almost 3 decades.
Whoopty freaking dude.
I'm just saying, they're still the most valuable franchise.
Whoopty freaking dude.
I know.
If you're the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, awesome. For all us guys, for all us little guys at home watching the games, hang on every play. We don't care about the most valuable franchise in the world, man. We want to win a playoff game. And I know the players do too. But you know what's weird about the Cowboys? It's a family-run business. One of the most dysfunctional, screwed up companies I ever worked for was a family-run business. And you know why it's screwed up? Because when they screw up, there's no accountability. It's always somebody else's fault. It's always someone else's fault. Well, it can't be us. We're in charge, but it cannot be us. It's got to be your fault. Or it's got to be his fault. Or it's got to be that guy's fault. It's never the guy in charge's fault. But there's one constant with the Dallas Cowboys in 27 years. You know what that is?
What?
Jerry freaking Jones.
Oh, you're yelling. Y'all, I told you. It's been like this. It's been like this.
All right, I'm over it.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not. I'm not over it.
We will say this. I don't know a lot about football. I really don't. Even yesterday, I was asking Alan some questions. I mean, I don't think I was annoying you. I was like, really, if I'm going to watch, I want to kind of understand a few things. But I have said this for years. And they're finally, I don't know if this is just like people are finally starting to verbalize it, is why did they build that stadium where the setting sun comes in and blinds the players? It happened to Dak yesterday. And maybe finally, because of that, it cost a big play there, right? He just couldn't see the ball.
The receiver couldn't see the ball.
Who in their right man? That stadium was easily $1 billion. I don't know how much it
was over $1 billion. They don't orient high school fields left and right, or east and west. They don't orient high school fields east and west.
I know, because of the setting sun. It's like, what are they thinking? Nobody thought about that? That sun is absolutely nauseating, blinding.
And here's the thing. If you go to an event at AT&T Stadium, if you've never been there, it's this gigantic stadium with this gigantic TV board that the punters can hit.
They hit it, yeah.
It's too low, the punters can hit it.
But Jerry wanted the biggest one.
Oh, yeah.
It's all about bigger.
It's got a retractable roof that's never open. Okay, whatever.
It is every once in a while.
Whatever. But during a concert or during an event, they have these gigantic blackout shades that they can draw to close those west-facing windows. Can anyone please explain to me, and this is a serious question, can anybody please explain to me why during a football game they leave those windows open? Because the setting sun in the west, the Cowboys always play in the afternoons, mostly, the setting sun in the west comes directly through those windows and affects the game.
Yeah, it's bad.
Why?
I don't know, Alan. You would think the NFL would intervene on that. Like the players would say, this is bad. I don't know. It was bad. It is bad.
So that's why.
And by the way, the acoustics there are terrible.
So that's why
if you ever go to a concert there, the acoustics are terrible.
But you know what? I am a glutton for punishment. I guess I'm what do you call it? A sadist or a masochist? Yeah, I'll be there watching again every game next year because I'm that guy.
I know you.
Because I'm that fan.
You know how serious he is about football? He doesn't want to watch with anybody else, but maybe me, because I kind of sit there quietly. But he doesn't want to be in a group setting because he doesn't want to talk to anybody. He just wants to watch the game. So that's what I have to look forward to. See, I like watching with a group because I can chit chat and talk, and we can eat buffalo wings together and celery. That's fun.
And let me give you some.
Can we do the Super Bowl now that the Cowboys are out of it?
Sure. And let me give you. Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Oh, good, because my friend's going to have a Super Bowl party.
And, just to give you a little perspective, I'm not all fired up like I just started watching the Cowboys like 3 years ago. I've been following this team for 40 years. I'm only 50 years old. I mean, I've been
You started caring when you were 10?
Yeah, I've followed this team my entire life, and so I was telling Kellie, I don't really watch TV. I really do. Is there any show I sit down and watch other than if you say, "Hey, babe, let's watch Ink Master," or "Hey, babe, let's watch Yellowstone"? The Cowboys are the only television show that I say, "Babe, I've got a show on. I've got to watch it. It's Sunday afternoon." And Kellie's always like, "Okay, I get it. Let's."
I don't give you grief.
No,
I've never once.
No.
If I'll even take the boys to their sporting events, if it happens to coincide with a Cowboys game, won't I?
Or I'll just watch it at their on the phone. But anyway, thank you for letting me vent. Good, sweet, clean, dear listener.
And your wife.
Yes, I'm going to turn this around and switch the energy on this podcast.
Good.
From venting and bitching and moaning and bemoaning and bloviating
to what?
To a little humor.
Oh, good.
Yes. And you can take what I'm about to give you and you can substitute Cowboys and enter your team name if you want. Okay. But what I'm going to give you are my top 10 Cowboys jokes plus a bonus joke. You ready for these, babe?
Okay.
All right. Babe, what is the difference between the Dallas Cowboys and a dollar bill?
What?
A dollar bill is good for 4 quarters.
That's a good one.
Babe, what do the Dallas Cowboys and Billy Graham have in common?
I don't know.
They can both make crowds of 100,000 people stand up and yell, Jesus.
Oh, no.
Rooting for the Dallas Cowboys is the most authentic fan experience in sports. Did you know that?
No.
Just like them, you too can watch the Super Bowl from the comfort of your couch at home. What do the Dallas Cowboys and a Chick-fil-A manager have in common?
Oh, both. I don't want to say it if I'm right. Go ahead.
Neither one shows up for work on Sunday.
Sundays, yes. Man, isn't that the day you want Chick-fil-A so bad is on Sunday?
How does the Dallas Cowboys fan change a light bulb?
I don't know.
They don't. They just talk about how good the old one was. That's me, by the way. What do you call 53 millionaires watching the Super Bowl?
The Dallas Cowboys.
The Dallas Cowboys. Hey, babe, did you hear the joke about Dak Prescott that he told his receivers?
No.
It went over their heads. What's the best way to teach your dog to roll over and play dead?
Have him watch the Dallas Cowboys.
Have him watch the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, okay.
Hey, babe, why doesn't Fort Worth want a professional football team?
I don't know.
Because Dallas would want one too. Kellie was going to buy our boys Dallas Cowboys jerseys for Christmas, but I reminded her it's a choking hazard.
Oh, okay.
And the last one. How do you keep a Cowboy fan from masturbating?
Oh my gosh. How do you keep a Cowboys fan from what?
Masturbating.
How?
You paint his dick San Francisco red and gold, and he won't beat it for years.
If y'all had trouble hearing that, good. Just hit the go back 15-second button on your podcast. All right, well, there's that. Alan hopefully now has it all off of his chest. I was sitting there thinking last night, because I haven't even looked at your social media. I don't even know. This is going to be all Dallas Cowboys. I said, what if Troy Aikman sees that?
He's probably thinking the same thing.
I don't want to make Troy mad.
You're going to make him mad?
Because I like Troy.
I love Troy, but you're going to make him mad. He's beat down by that sorry team too.
Troy was so funny. He did not want to be calling. What game was he calling?
The Philadelphia-Tampa game.
He did not want to call that game.
You could tell.
He even said it. He said somebody gets to call the better game, but it was on a different network. He couldn't call it anyway because he's on CBS and the Cowboys were on what? Was it something else?
The Cowboys were on CBS. Oh, he was on Fox.
He was on Fox. That's it.
But he works for Fox, so I don't see how
he couldn't have called CBS.
He couldn't have called it. Yeah.
Anyway, just don't make Troy mad. That's all I ask.
I'm not trying to.
And you know what? There might be a chance that
I do is extol the greatness of Troy.
I know. I feel bad because I feel like Dak and those guys are just beating themselves up today. They're just beating themselves up, and I feel bad for them. I don't feel bad for people jumping on Jerry Jones so much because I'm like, Jerry does not care. But I think these guys, I just feel bad for them because the whole weight of all the fans, they're carrying that now.
Yeah.
The anger, they're taking it. There's no telling what they're getting on social media. We get bad enough, and we're hardly, we've got a blue check mark. Do you have a blue check mark?
No,
I got a blue check mark, and I get stuff every once in a while. But can you imagine what they're getting on social media right now, and what they're having to read and see and listen to on podcasts? You got to feel a little bit bad for them.
I've always said I love Dak Prescott. I think he's a great guy. He's great in the community. From what I can tell, when you listen to him, he's a nice guy. He does stuff for charity. But, guys, sometimes you are what you are. There was a Cowboys coach named Bill Parcells, and he would say that all the time. You are what you are. If you lose in the playoffs the first round, you weren't destined to go to the Super Bowl. You are what you are. You're out in the first round, and that's what you are.
Could have done the same with Tony Romo.
Dak Prescott is a good, above-average quarterback.
What about Tony Romo?
What about Tony Romo?
He didn't take us to a Super Bowl either.
No, he's always hurt. Tony Romo's always hurt. Dak Prescott is a good, above-average quarterback. He's a good leader. But, we've seen Dak Prescott now for five or 6 years. You know what you got. You know what you got with Dak Prescott. And what you got this year is what you're probably going to get next year.
Well, maybe not, because he was coming off a bad injury, right?
So, anyhow.
I like him. I feel bad.
Why don't, before my heart explodes, why don't you do that?
I'll do that.
And then we're going to get some letters.
Okay, and will you turn on the fan?
Yes.
While I do this. Listen, ladies, I'm talking to you. Hey, maybe some guys too. I don't know what you need, but you might need this. Maybe you've got a friend's big wedding coming up, a spontaneous date night. Valentine's Day is right around the corner, and you deserve to look and feel your absolute best. And you can feel the control and the confidence you need for any occasion with HoneyLove shapewear. Let me tell you, the very idea of wearing shapewear, I've always been like, ugh, because I don't like feeling like I can't breathe. I don't like feeling squished. But then there's HoneyLove. This is shapewear designed to work with your body, not against it. HoneyLove applies compression only where you need it, making it the most comfortable, effective shapewear there is. And HoneyLove is built to show off real bodies. So listen, it's shapewear designed for comfort. It's designed for looks. It's as beautiful as your favorite lingerie with unparalleled construction. And unlike your grandma's girdle, which maybe that's what you used to try and you haven't tried it for a few years, HoneyLove is made from premium materials constructed with a signature X that targets and sculpts your midsection. Seriously, there's an X across the middle, and it doesn't squeeze your natural curves because men like curves.
Absolutely.
They do. But we like that smooth look under like a clingy dress. Well, HoneyLove's super soft. Its flexible boning means your shapewear never rolls down. That is the worst. It's so embarrassing. You're always constantly running to the bathroom when you're out at a restaurant to try to pull it back up and tuck it up under your bra. I hate that. HoneyLove is loved by so many people. It's been featured in the New York Times, on Good Morning America, Brides Magazine, thousands of 5-star reviews. I love it because, like I said, I can breathe and it just smooths out those little lumps and makes everything look better on top. It's all about smooth. That's what I try to tell people. It's like, don't buy something that you can't breathe in, that your fat's spilling out over because you can't breathe in. It's so tight. You're miserable. And there's no risk because HoneyLove covers the shipping and restocking to make all U.S. returns completely free. You deserve shapewear you want to show off. And I think you'll find it if you try HoneyLove.
So see for yourself at HoneyLove.com and get 20% off a second item. Plus, when you use code LOVIN, you'll get an additional 10% off your entire order. Get 20% off your second item plus an additional 10% off at HoneyLove.com with code LOVIN, L-O-V-I-N. HoneyLove.com, code LOVIN. Rules and restrictions may apply.
Mm-hmm. Get that shapewear, girl. Valentine's is coming up.
So as I was communicating with some people, just one more thing. Today, Cowboys and Cowboys information I posted on my Instagram at the Alonzo 1971. We have a lot of listeners in Louisiana, and one said, "Oh, Alan, it could be worse. You could be a New Orleans Saints fan." And I was like, you know what? I hear you, but the New Orleans Saints have won more Super Bowls in the last 27 years than the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's just we haven't. And for so many years after the Cowboys won the Super Bowl, and people would be so mad at Jerry Jones, and he'd say, How you like them
How do
Super
you like
Bowls?
them three
How you
Super
like them 3
Bowls?
Super Bowls? And he said that for years and years and years. And after a while, it's like,
Dude,
it's almost been 3 decades now.
yeah,
Come on.
yeah.
So I don't know what the answer is. I know they built the stadium facing the wrong way. I know that.
Hey, let me just ask you one question. If you had a company and your company made widgets, okay, the Kellie Rasberry Widget Company, and you were the CEO of the Kellie Rasberry Widget Company.
Yeah.
And the first couple of years you made widgets, they were pretty good. And then for the
Did I win all the awards for my widgets?
You won awards for your widgets, and people were really excited about your widgets. And then over a period of the next 27 years, every widget you made was defective.
Yeah, but people keep buying them.
They keep buying them, but people are very unhappy with them.
But I'm the most valued widget company in the world.
Okay. Would you not do some voice of the customer research and try to understand what your customers were feeling? And if you were the CEO and your widget sucked for 27 years, wouldn't you fire yourself, or wouldn't you just step down? And wouldn't you put somebody in charge that knows how to make a widget?
Gosh, but I really love that paycheck. You'd like to think it's that easy, right? I don't know what to tell you, honey.
Well,
I think we've talked enough about it.
Here's what I can tell you. What I have here in front of me are some.
He's already injured himself with a paper cut, and he's still doing that.
Letters. And let me tell
These
you,
are long ones.
our listeners are awesome because they do bits now.
Okay.
All they do, they write us, and they do bits. This first letter is from David. Dear Alan and Kellie, alphabetical order, not order of importance.
That's all right.
Wow. Okay, David.
So is saying that I'm more important, or just
I don't know. My wife and I have been listening to Kellie Rasberry since 1761.
Thank you, David.
Relative newcomers. And we thoroughly enjoy the dynamic between you two and your podcast. We've listened to each episode as we drive together, and Michelle listens daily to the Kid Craddock Show.
Thank you.
In parentheses, nationally syndicated. Given the fact that you own your own restaurant and are genuine foodies, we thought you might enjoy some cuisine from our neck of the woods, Westerly, Rhode Island. Wow.
You live in Rhode Island?
David and Michelle live in Rhode Island.
We were saying we want to go way up there.
I don't know anybody from Rhode Island.
Well, now we do. Now we have a place to stay. I want to say that.
Westerly, Rhode Island, a locally produced cured meat called soupy. Although it has origins in Italian basements throughout town, we'll be sure to buy one from a USDA inspected vendor so that Alan's sensitive stomach doesn't revolt. We'd love to send you a stick of soupy.
We'll take it.
But because it is somewhat perishable, we're hoping to find the best mailing address so that you receive it ready for consumption. Okay, so David, if you go to kellyandalan.com.
In order of importance.
Yes. Yes. In our contact information, we have an address there. That is our world headquarters. So you can send correspondence, gifts, money. You can send all that to our world headquarters.
That's very generous of you. And thank you for letting us stay with you when we come to Rhode Island, because I knew that's probably in there too, right?
Yeah. I have one gripe that I have to share with A-Train.
Oh, good.
He often says dime when Kellie mentions a famous name, but the term dropping a dime actually means reporting someone to the authorities. Parentheses, putting a dime in a payphone. Now, David, I totally follow you there, and I agree that is the original meaning of drop a dime, is to tell on somebody.
Yeah.
But I had a friend who I used to work with, and he would always joke if one of us said something like
that sounded braggadocio.
But it really wasn't. Like, he would say, I just got a new truck. I'm like, oh, what kind of truck? He's like, oh, it's the Platinum Edition Ford F-150. I'm like, oh, wow, dime. You know, he would say dime, I would say dime, and we don't even know why we would say dime.
Yeah.
But it was always referring to you dropping a dime, like, oh, I got to pick that up for you.
Usually people say, let me pick up that name you just dropped.
Right.
You changed it to dime.
Dime, right.
So that's an Alanism.
Yes. So, David, I'm tracking with you, but dime is, I guess, kind of a custom bit or vernacular.
Yeah.
David also says, you recently mentioned that a trip to New England was on your bucket list.
Yes.
Or was it your resolutions? We still haven't figured out which one is which. Yeah.
Neither have we.
Neither have I, David.
It's more of a to-do list.
Annual to-do list.
We would
We would love you to stay with us when you get a look at New England.
Coming.
Taylor Swift has a house in this town, dime, but we are much more hospitable. Love you both desperately. Please let us know where to mail you a soupy and also when you'll be arriving in Westerly to begin your New England tour.
I would love that.
We'll change the Brooklyn and sheets. Add best. Dave and Michelle Thompson.
You're good. You should have your own podcast.
That is very nice.
I want to go up there because everything is so close together, right? And I've said I want to go to Maine. My college roommate was from Maine. She had a real thick accent too. And like I don't. But I want to go there. Rhode Island and Maine have got to be right on top of each other, right? Everything's so close up there.
Yeah.
I'd love to do that.
I would too.
And we still have to go to Montana too.
Yeah. My man Luke and Heidi.
Eventually, we're going to have a listener in every state so we can stay with them.
Here's another letter from, I don't have a name on this one. Dear Kelly and Alan, I love your podcast. And I've been listening to Kelly on her nationally syndicated radio show, Dime Drop, since 1912.
Thank you, Anonymous.
On your last podcast, you mentioned the insult "have a day" that you use regularly, including your most recent Boda. This immediately made me think of this meme below. Thought you might enjoy this spin on your insult. And she included a meme. It says, instead of "have a nice day," I think I'll start saying, "have the day you deserve." You know, let karma sort that shit out.
Oh, yeah. Have the day you deserve.
That's a good one.
You deserve.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Okay.
I love it when, and I'm guilty because nobody can suck the air out of a room like Kellie Rasberry.
Oh.
But it's like this one woman that I can't remember her name right now, but she says, "Don't let your bad mood ruin somebody else's day." And that really resonates with me because I know I do it, like in those workout classes. I know I'm doing it, but sometimes you just can't help yourself. Can't help yourself.
This next letter is from Trita.
Oh, Trita.
Hi, Kelly and Alan.
Hi.
First, let me say how much I love listening to A Sandwich and Some Lovin' every week.
Thank you.
You are both so funny, and I love that it feels like I am just sitting with you both on a patio with a drink in my hand.
I would love that.
Although I'm usually out walking and laughing out loud, so I'm sure all my neighbors think I'm crazy. Kelly.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. She's going to speak directly to you.
Alan, why do you always act like you're all offended?
Kelly.
Yes.
I am a Dallas native, so I've been listening to you since you started on the Kid Craddock Show, nationally syndicated, over 25 years ago.
This May 31st will be my 28th anniversary.
And I listened to Kid before that when he was on 97.1 The Eagle. I thought you were on The Eagle with
No,
Kid.
I was not.
Oh, okay. I thought you were.
No.
Love him and miss him so much. Your Love Letters to Kelly podcast is a must listen for me every week.
Thank you.
And has helped me so much.
I'm glad.
Thank you for being honest about yourself. That can't be easy all the time, but it's such a help to all of us who listen regularly. Also, thanks for Billy razors. I bought one for me and for my 14-year-old daughter, and we both love them.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
And I like the softer you when you give advice. No need to be mean.
Yeah.
When's this softer you? Where's this? How about
Obviously.
some softer you for me?
So obviously you don't listen to Love Letters to Kelly.
Love letters.
Robert,
Love letters to Kelly.
who is our producer for Kid Craddock Morning Show and for Love Letters
Stop
to Kelly.
talking.
For Love Letters to Kelly, he said he's been getting complaints that I'm not mean enough. When I was younger, Kid made me. I mean, I've been doing this show, like I said, since almost 30 years now. And when I first came, I had no filter. None. And whatever I thought I said, and I listen back sometimes to Love Letters to Kelly, he made me do it. I just winced because I was so mean. But people love that. But now I'm older. I feel like I'm being mean sometimes, but it's coming from a place of love. I just want everybody to do good and do right and be happy, right?
That was one of your resolutions or bucket lists, was to be nicer to me, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. How's that tracking for you? Is it going all right?
Do you think I've been exceptionally rude to you?
No.
I've been trying not to flip you off behind your back.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay.
I haven't succeeded all the time, but I'm doing it less.
Wonderful. So Trita goes on. I was compelled to write you after listening to this week's podcast because this is for Alan, because Kelly is already more than aware of the truth. Shower caps are cool.
Thank you.
I have one that has blue and pink flowers.
Yep.
And a tie in the back to make it easy to cinch.
That's wonderful. Mine just has elastic, and then it'll wear out and I have to get another one.
Very necessary for those of us with long hair who need a shower or a bath and don't want to mess with our hair afterwards. I love mine, and it may make me look like Thelma from Mama's Family. That's a throwback reference right there.
I love all that. Yeah.
But at least I don't have to dry my hair every time I get out of the shower. One final thing for your bucket list this year. Have y'all ever tried to scuba? Do you scuba?
No.
I know you just went to Jamaica, so I wasn't sure if you got to do it there. I happen to be a PADI scuba instructor, so if you've ever been interested in trying it out, I'd be happy to guide you through that experience.
I appreciate that so much, but snorkeling is enough for me. I just think I would die of a heart attack if I was, no.
Trita, here's the thing.
No, thank you. I appreciate it so much, but snorkeling is plenty.
Big animals freak me the hell out. And one time I was in St. John's. I was in St. John's snorkeling.
This was PK.
This was
Pre-Kellie.
pre-Kellie. And I was snorkeling around, and I was snorkeling through this beautiful fish. And then all of a sudden, I went through this like school of fish. It was like little tiny fish, like they might have been sardines or something like that. And they were in this big ball. So now imagine I'm snorkeling, but I'm encapsulated in this ball of sardines. And I'm like, I don't like this. I don't know what's
wrong.
Something's not right, but I don't know what's going on. But I'm going to start paddling back to the shore. Okay. So I paddle through these sardines.
You're snorkeling.
I'm snorkeling. And then there's a damn tarpon whose big eye is this big as a freaking saucer, and he's looking at me, gulping water, looking at me like, these are my sardines, dude. What are you doing here? And I'm like, blah, 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 and I'm just, just paddling, trying to get to the shore.
Are you worried about your masculinity?
It was a 7-foot freaking tarpon, bigger than me. Have you ever seen a tarpon? We fed the tarpons in Florida, remember?
Yes.
This some bitch was 7 feet long.
People laughing at you.
No, I was out in the middle of nowhere, babe.
You're by yourself?
Yes, there was
Why are you snorkeling by yourself?
there was
That's so dangerous.
nothing out there.
Why are you out there?
I guess I wanted to get eaten by a shark or something. I don't know.
Great. That was your fault.
So anyway, Trita, I don't know. I don't like whale sharks. I don't like tuna, tarpon, any big thing in the water that's bigger than me. It freaks me out.
But I love that you love that, and I know a lot of people who've done it love it. Anna from our show,
Anna,
she got certified. It's just, I appreciate it. But if you want to go snorkeling sometime, I'm down. But listen, if you've never gone snorkeling for ladies and gentlemen, you need to put sunscreen on your lower back and your butt and your legs, because when you're on the water like that, you forget about that, being out in the sun all day. And I got horribly sunburned the first time I went snorkeling with my mother in Cozumel.
I like snorkeling. It's fun. You see all kinds of cool stuff.
It was fun.
I just don't like being in a ball of sardines.
Thank you, though.
Anything bigger than like a horse. See, I have 3 episodes in my life that have caused me this trauma. One is my uncle used to have a horse named Red, and Red bit me one time. I was a little kid. Red bit me. So I've always been scared of horses.
Where did Red bite you?
Bit me on the hand.
Because you were feeding it?
Just trying to pet him on the nose. Red bit me. Then I used to go shoot BB guns at this pond that was near my house, and I would always try to cross this field to get to the pond. Well, apparently this land was owned by a farmer, and his dog wanted me the hell off his land. So this German Shepherd would always chase me from where I, crossed the fence to get over to the pond. So I always had to make a run for it over to the pond and beat this dog. So that scared the hell out of me. And then the third is the tarpon incident.
Yeah.
So those 3 things are the reason why I don't like big animals.
Okay.
Anything bigger than a tarpon and smaller than like a whale shark, I don't like. Okay. Our last letter is from Jessica. Hi, Kellie and Alan.
Hello.
I'm writing to try to hopefully avoid an awkward and embarrassing situation, possibly in the future. I had a dream last night. that always starts an awkward conversation. I had a dream last night about you, that I was at a coffee shop bookstore, and I look over and see none other than Kellie Rasberry
Oh.
Evans. I wanted to say hi, and then I'm a fan, but I panicked.
Oh no.
So then I go on to the Sandwich and Some Lovin' website, and I turn on my laptop to Kellie. I turn it to Kellie, and I say, look what website I'm on. Kellie was polite, but I immediately woke up out of embarrassment.
Oh no.
That got me to thinking, we need a code phrase or something that I can say so we can avoid such embarrassment in real life. I live in the same area and hope to run into you guys someday, and I have the courage to say hi. I think if I ran into Alan, I would just introduce myself as Boda Champ 2018 or something like that. But what could my code for Kellie be? This letter is from Jessica.
Well, I think that's very sweet that you're dreaming about me. And I would not, I'm glad I was polite in your dream. And I would be very flattered if you were showing me that on your laptop. But I think it'd be because like Heather McMahon, do y'all listen to her? She's finally coming back to Dallas and I get to go see her this weekend. I'm very excited. She has a code word and it just went right at tiramisu. Tiramisu is her code word with her fans. So I got a good code word. You ready for this? What do we say when we run out of things to say in our family?
When we're playing
games and stuff. When we run out of things to say, we're done with the conversation, we say
yogurt.
We
could either make
yogurt.
We could either make it yogurt or hello hand.
No, I'd rather do yogurt than hello hand.
Okay, here's the deal. If you see Kellie, just kind of approach her and say yogurt. If you see me, come up to me and say hello hand. You kind of look at your hand though. Just look at your hand and say hello hand. That's it. That's
our code word.
That's our code word. If you want to come up to us and discreetly let us know that
you're
a listener, yogurt for Kellie, hello hand for A-Train.
All right. I hope that's not too confusing because I don't want to be here in hello hand. I don't want to hear it. Disgusting.
How do you know it's disgusting?
Because I've heard the story a million times.
Whoa.
I don't want to hear it again. I like yogurt. So there you go.
Alan, there is no worth $3,000 an hour. Hello, hand. All right, babe. Well, there you go.
Are you exhausted? You should be spent.
No, I could actually go on and on and on and on.
Maybe you could do a separate podcast just to vent. Like I said, I want to do some mini podcasts for subjects that just interest me, that maybe not necessarily you. Maybe somebody I want to interview or a friend or something. I could do like a mini podcast that we just kind of sprinkle in as a bonus episode. Maybe you could do a special podcast and sprinkle in some of your hot sports opinions. Maybe. Anyway.
Oh, babe.
I promise you this. You won't have to listen to any more Cowboys talk on the next podcast.
That's all done. You
won't have to hear it again.
You're not going to be hearing Cowboys squat until next September. If then, who knows if I'll be watching.
But, anyway, until next time, thank y'all for listening to let Alan get that off his chest. We appreciate it. Thank you for writing in your letters. We love hearing from you.
Those are some great letters.
Y'all are funny. You're thought-provoking.
We have funny, thought-provoking
We love bits.
listeners.
We love bits. And we're looking forward to getting that big sausage in the mail. I can almost taste it now. I'm so excited.
Mark all that.
So excited.
You got to change your voice. But whatever. All right, babe. Well,
Jinx.
I love you desperately.
I love you.
I love our listeners desperately.
I love y'all.
I love the Dallas Cowboys desperately.
No matter what.
And I'm sure we'll podcast again real soon. And in the immortal words of the great Keanu Reeves, life is good when you have a good sandwich. Bye. All right. Hello, hand. Yogurt.
What are we calling that podcast? Excuse me.
I don't know. A sandwich in Viva Los Vaqueros. A sandwich in Highly Disappointed. A sandwich in... Help us out, guys. What should we call this one? A sandwich in A sandwich and mama, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys.
That's a long one.
A sandwich and dealing with a loss. A sandwich and some disappointment.
Let me know when you decide.
This is your creative space.
I gotta think of everything else.
Wheezy. We ain't them boys. Oh, Sin. I haven't played in forever. Oh, jeez. Julie.
Has she come up? Julie's come up with a good one.
I think she's just joking. She says sandwich and some sucky ass Cowboys. Oh, good. Thank you, Charles.
What did Charles say? Is he sorry for your loss?
No, he said, nice job on the sandwich and the Cowboys suck.
Oh, y'all are getting the guitar.
I can remember where all the chords are.
What did we decide? A sandwich and some roasted Cowboys, some
A sandwich and some disappointment.
some crying over Cowboys.
A sandwich and some
crying over Cowboys.
A sandwich and dealing with a loss.
That sounds like somebody died.
I know. I don't know. Whatever. Don't do that. Oh my gosh. Pop-up ads. Give me a break.
What are you doing?
I'm just trying to find something here. Gotta be kidding me. Patience. You must learn patience.
What did you share a list? You share a list of what was it? Cowboys jokes. What was it?
Yeah, Cowboys jokes. Sam, I'm trying to find something here. Hold, please. Good grief.
What are you looking for?
How hard can this be? Just.
So then we went from that to listener emails.
Yeah. Nothing's easy. Lone Star belt buckles and old faded Levi's, and each night begins a new day. If you don't understand him, he don't die. We'll probably just ride away. Mama, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. Don't let them pick guitars and drive them old trucks. Let them be doctors and lawyers and such. Mama, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. They'll never stay home and they're always alone.
Even
with someone they love.
All right, I gotta go help him with Kellie. Thank y'all. Enjoy this private alone time with Alan.
Cowboys like smoky old pool rooms and clear mountain mornings. Never knew that one. Oh, B7th. Little warm puppies and children and girls of the night. Sometimes we know how to take it. I've never heard this verse, he's just different, but his pride won't let him do the things that make you think. Boy, I never heard that verse. Mama, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys.
Sore.
Don't let them pick guitars and drive them old trucks.
Let them be doctors and lawyers and such.
Mama, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. They'll never stay home and they're always alone, even with someone they love. There you go. Oh. They'd rather give you a song than diamonds or gold. Lone Star belt buckles and old faded Levi's, and each night begins a new day. If you don't understand him, you don't die young. He'll probably just ride away. Mama, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. Don't let them pick guitars and drive them old trucks. Let them be doctors and lawyers and such. Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. They'll never stay home and they're always alone, even with someone they love. Cowboys like pool rooms, cowboys like smoky old pool rooms and clear mountain mornings. Zoe! Jojo! Good girl. Good girl. Look at this. Yes. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, it was so sweet. Sitting driving them old trucks. All right, peeps. We'll see you later. Go Cowboys.